Okay, the stealth is awesome. The combat is meh. And there's a shitload of this. Yeah, it's a Soulsborne game, alright. This is Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice. Which is just false advertising. You're gonna die a lot more than twice. If you've ever played Demon Souls, Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Neo, or, dare I mention it, Lords of the Fallen, no, don't even go there. But if you've ever played any of those games, and quite a few of them are by the same developer, you'll know that these games are tough but fair, and nevertheless a brutal combat experience that is next to impossible to actually finish. And if you have finished any of these, screw you, you pompous ass. As you may have noticed, there's a new jump and grapple system in this game. It allows you to leap into trees, creep across branches, leap up onto rooftops and scurry across them, find alternate ways of moving around the area. Certainly the map gives the impression of being much more open world than usual. I like it. You can move around the area and choose your approach before you go in for the actual stealth takedown. And this is when the game is at its best. Leaping from place to place, looking for that angle, looking for an alternate way in somewhere, sneaking past enemies, instead of having to charge through the front gate, which, by the way, is usually a terrible idea. There'll be times when stealth fails you. Other times you'll screw up. And then there'll be some enemies that require more than one death blow to defeat. And under those kind of circumstances, you'll have no choice but to fight. It's not bad, it's not boring, it's uninspired. Remember when Bloodborne first came out? Remember everyone criticising it for doing that dodge and strike move? It was pretty much the only thing that worked that you could do. Well, Sekiro is kind of the same way, except with this, it's more like deflect and strike. Okay. You have a selection of weapons. You've got the sword. You can pick up shinobi tools, but they're only useful against certain enemies and use ammunition. Even swinging the axe costs ammunition. No, don't ask. Seriously though, where have all the weapons and extras gone? Neo had 5 weapons, Bloodborne had a fair few, and they had 2 forms each. Each weapon could transform in that game. What happened here? Yes! I've been waiting to get my hands on one of these.
Hey! Put that down!
What? Why?
Because I said so, that's why.
I want a bow!
You can't have one.
Why?
You've already got a sword.
But...
No. No buts. Put it down. Now. Good boy. Hey! Bring that back! Don't make me come after you, young man.
The From Software polish is here. It feels like one of their games. But there's shockingly few ways to engage the enemy. And the combat is almost entirely reliant on your ability to deflect enemy attacks. Blocking attacks reduces your posture. When posture reaches 0, that character can no longer defend themselves. A well-timed block, however, becomes a deflection, reflecting the posture damage back onto the attacker. And that's what the combat is based on. Not managing stamina as with previous games, but well-timed deflections, breaking your opponent's posture. The Mikiri counter, Mikiri? I don't know how to pronounce it. Whenever you see a red symbol flash above the enemy's head, tap circle to dodge towards them. You'll slam their weapon into the ground, dealing extra posture damage. Frankly, I find this move easier to execute than a normal deflect. These red symbol thrust attacks are very popular with spear carrying enemies, as well as bosses. Learn it. Learn both the counter and the deflect maneuver. Otherwise, this happens. I got so sick of this guy. He reminds me of Father Arsehole. Well, that's what I used to call him. He's not swinging fast, but I can't get the timing right. Doesn't matter what game I play, I can't pull off counters reliably. And then I knocked him off balance. Did nothing. You can't pierce his armor with your sword. That might qualify as a spoiler, but this guy was being such a prick I don't actually care anymore. And no, you can't rip his armor off with the spear either. is relentless. I mean, I kind of had an idea of how to beat him, but I can't survive long enough to try it. I haven't seen this part of the game yet. Jesus Christ and his dog Spot, that took sodding ages. By the way, I thought that was the way to get him, but no, it happened by accident. Go figure. Past this point, we've got more monks. Two of these walking hurricanes. Good luck. You can go around those guys though. Can't go around this one. Okay, I'm out. I'm done. No, seriously. I'm done. That's it. It took me all my goddamn time to counter the armoured swordsman on the bridge. And he was swinging slowly. This is as far as I got. Truth be told, I didn't expect to finish the game. I've actually gotten further than I thought I would. These games are brutally punishing. They always have been. The addition of a grapple system makes stealth more interesting, but the removal of weapon options makes it less interesting. In effect, for me, this game takes one step forwards and one step backwards. The stealth is awesome, but the combat is... See, my problem is, with this game, I like being given options. I like being able to decide how I approach a situation. I want to be able to make up my mind whether I use a sword, or an axe, or a spear, or, you know, this game just has a sword. It doesn't do this kind of thing. And that kind of irritates me. There's only 2 stats you can power up as well. Health and damage. And those you need special items. Good luck getting them. You need to fight the really tough generals for that. You get the hang of it after a while, but even with the boosts, I didn't notice much of a difference. I feel like this kind of game has been designed, it's distilled down into its very purest form of sword combat. But I like options. I don't like being told how to approach a problem. And that's pretty much what this game does, with the combat at least. Which is why I like the stealth, because you can go all over the place. And yes, I know it's meant to be a hard game. That's not my problem with it. I've played the original Demon Souls. I've played Bloodborne. I love Neo. I like the other two. I love Neo. I gave that a 10 out of 10. So it's not that I don't like these hard games. I just don't like not being given options. It's a bugbear of mine. I like choice, not being restricted. And I'm going to give Sekiro Shadows Die Twice a 7 out of 10. It's a good game. I can see it's a good game. But I don't like the restrictions it puts on you. I just don't. So that's my take on Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. 7 out of 10. It's a good game. Pity that it doesn't include more of this, which I would like very much. So, what did you think of the game? Leave a comment down below. What did you think of the video? Leave a like or dislike. And if you like, as always, you can always subscribe and share. See you next time.
Hey, bring that ball back right now. You are not allowed that, young man. Bring it back now. Ow, you hit me in the elbow. Damn it, if that was a serious projectile, that might have had a slight chance of bruising me. Jeez.
Before you move in for a stealth takedown. I bashed the roof and I didn't mean to. Whoops. I'll do that again. I keep on bashing the sword on things, that's the problem. Before you go in for the actual stealth takedown. And that time I bashed it on my belt buckle, but never mind. Good enough. Pick your poison, basically. Which sound effect do you want? Do you want the sword hitting on object A? Do you want it hitting on object B? Or do you want it hitting on object C? Vote now.